I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. We start back against the wall. Just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember me.
Hi guys, welcome back. This is the first video that I'm filming at the new location. I know things have been a little bit crazy here lately, you know, with the move and you know, the trip that I took on my other channel. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet on here, but you know, my other channel that I've got. But now we are back to doing some car stuff. You know, we're going to be doing some bike stuff here in the future, I hope. It's starting to get a little bit cooler. Today's been pretty good though. But regardless, we're still working on the RSX. I don't think it'll ever end, but we're getting it more ready for track orientation. So we're continuing that. So as you guys can see, I've got a new tire here. And actually this tire is already mounted on this wheel, and it's a ZX. It's a Falcon ZX ZE950 245/45 R17. So it's really meaty compared to the Ironmans that we have up front, the iMove Gen 2s. Those are the tires that came on the RPF ones when we first got the RPF ones. So little update, something that I did not film at all because of how crazy life was for me, is this rear wheel here that was a little bit gnarly. I took it to Wheel Fix It in Huntsville and they fixed it up for me. Looks really good. So fresh paint on that. You can probably tell, some of you guys can probably tell it's missing the stickers. I've got the decals in the house. I just got to put them on. Also, something that you may notice is that looks like we've got a little bit of rubbing going on right here, a little bit of rubber hanging off. It's actually not too bad. But with that being said, you know, we got rid of that old tire that was on this wheel. You know, you guys know that I got these wheels off of a wrecked RSX, and this wheel was the one that was tore up. The rest of them are in really good condition. But now this one's perfect along with the rest of them. But it had a gash in the sidewall of the tire, and I didn't want to buy the same exact tire that was on the car. I really don't like that stretched look. This is more of a flush, more beefier look, more track oriented, more drag strip oriented, you know, whole 9 yards. So with that being said, we got to take this passenger side rear wheel off, so that way we've got the car more level, because with the higher tire, it's got the car kind of sitting a little sideways. So let's go ahead and open up this fender roller that I picked up. Got it from Amazon because, you know, I didn't buy the super expensive Eastwood one, because I'm hoping that I'm just gonna do this. It's just gonna be a little one and done. This car, and you know, it was cheap enough to where if it breaks, I won't be too upset about it. Little box list there, and here's the roller itself. Wow, beefier. It's a lot beefier than I thought it would be. It's heavy, which I assume that's a good thing. There's the little spacers for the studs. And this guy right here. Here's the roller itself. This thing may be better than I thought. I don't want to speak too soon on it, but it looks good. It does look good. gonna put this thing together, and we're gonna drag the jack over here, and we're gonna get that wheel off and take it to the tire shop. And in the meantime, we're gonna roll that fender. It is absolutely not a totally different day. That is, I don't know how that could be misconstrued. So we have the tire mounted to the wheel. It's looking really, really good. It did rain a little bit while I was at the tire shop, which was today. So we got to get this wheel mounted up to the car. But before we do that, we have to roll the guards. So we are going to go ahead and bust that out. We're going to get the guard roller in there, and we're going to roll this inner lip right here, so that way we've got a little bit more clearance. And we're also going to be replacing the old tired factory struts with the brand new BC Racing BR series coilovers, and I'm so stoked. I cannot wait. So let's get started.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at
this. The passenger side rear fender rolled, and I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. I'm definitely still new to this. I've never done it this way before. I've done it to other cars, but I used like some heat and a rubber mallet, and just in a pinch, and that works fine. But I wanted this to look a little bit more professionally done, and I think we accomplished that goal. That fender roller was pretty cheap, but if it only lasts the life of this car, like getting this car done, then I'm fine with that. But for now, I'm going to move on to getting the coilovers installed. So jumping right over to that, we have the box here. So this is how BC Racing works. You basically purchase some stickers from them here, and you know, they're about, you know, a little over $1,000, and then they send you a set of coilovers for free. So very good deal there, I think. Really expensive stickers, but the coilovers are nice. So let's get these bad boys unboxed. Got some really nice tools here. The adjustment wrenches there, and there's a box within a box, as always. Good stuff, good stuff. Packaging is super nice. And let's see, we got a rear right here, and this says Honda 01 through 06 DC5, and this little R right here, if you guys can see, this little R right there stands for right. So this is for the right side of the vehicle, which means that this goes on the passenger side. So this is the correct one. So I'm going to get to the top of the strut here, get the bottom unbolted, and we're going to get this bad boy installed.
living life every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I
interior trunk stuff taken care of. We can see that the rear struts or shocks or whatever you want to call them, the factory stuff, got two nuts holding them in. They look like they're about, I don't know, 14s or something like that. And so it's just those two. And then if we come out here to the bottom of it, We can see we just got one bolt down here in the base, and we pull those out, and then we can push the lower control arm down, I hope, and this thing will just pop straight out. But we'll see. I've actually never taken rear shocks out of the back of an RSX before, so we're all gonna learn something today. All right, so this is the contraption I had to use to get that rear bolt out, so I can show you guys over here a little bit better. Come in just like that on top of there, and let's see if I can get this one loose. There we go. Honda, could you not have done something different there? Would have been nice. But with that side being out, in theory, once we get the lower bolt out, which I've already kind of started, we should be able to pull this thing out once we get a little bit of leverage downward. We may have to take off the trailing arm or something. Oh well, that's working. Okay. A little easier than I thought. Oh. And there's our 160,000 mile Acura shock absorber and coil. Cool. Let's throw in that BC Racing. Just checking out the differences here. Overall height, this is already much lower and just in sheer size. So definitely gonna have to do some adjustments right out of the gate, but this may already be set to a height that I will be happy with. So let's just go ahead and throw this bad boy in, and we'll work on the adjustments once we do a couple test fits. We're gonna have to lower and raise the car back up, wheel off and on a couple times, but we'll get it sorted, and then we can adjust the ride stiffness or softness, depending on how you look at it, independently from the ride height, which is amazing. Oh, and real quick, if I could comment on the weight. Yeah, this is much lighter, much newer. This setup is from 2005, and this is from 2021. Really stoked. This is where being tall has its advantages. So that's the top part installed. So hopefully the rest should go pretty smooth. That part is torqued down, that part's torqued down. We need to get the trailing arm bolt back in. All right, that's one fender rolled and one BC Racing coilover installed. I'm gonna go ahead and knock the other side out, and then we can work on the adjustments. All right, so now I've got both driver and passenger side rear coilovers on, and I've also got both sides rolled, and I think I did much better on this side than the passenger side. So now we get to do the most unfun part of anything, and we're gonna read the instructions on how to set up these coilovers properly. Okay, so had a little bit of a few issues here and there, but that is looking much better. It passes a few tests, the finger test especially. Can't even really get one finger in there. Half a finger sort of fits. It's got good fitment pretty much all the way around, not touching yet. And had to throw everything kind of back in the car, but I have got the coilover adjusted all the way hard. You can't adjust it anymore. So I'm gonna roll with it on hard, but now that we've got the back totally straight, I didn't adjust anything. Just so you guys know, I didn't get the wrenches in there. I stuck them in there just to make sure everything was kind of tight, just to make sure that nothing's gonna loosen up when we go on our first test drive. So I didn't change anything. I didn't change the height adjustment. That is where it sits from the factory. I'll show you guys the other side real quick. On the other side, looks pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, the fitment may be off from side to side by a few millimeters, but also the front is jacked up a little bit already. This wheel is off the ground by a little bit, and this one's still touching, so there's a little bit, it's a little bit off kilter from one side to the other, so not to worry. We're gonna go ahead and get the front knocked out, and then we're gonna go for a test drive, maybe do a little bit of adjusting, but I'm not going to do much adjusting because I've got brand new tires coming for the front. I've got the 2 rears done already, and I wanted to make sure I got that done for any of the guard rolling. If we do anything to the front, I think it's going to be more or less just like pulling the front fender, but honestly, I don't think we're going to have to touch it. Plus, I also want to continue utilizing the inner guard liner, and I think if you pull the fender out too much, you won't be able to use that anymore, so I want to keep that intact. But we'll do whatever we got to do to get big meats up under this bad boy. Let's get the front end jacked up and get the front coilovers installed. Long time no see. Yeah, looks like we just got our whatever those are, 14s or whatever. It's just those 3. I don't think we're gonna have to remove the upper support brace. So let's get the wheels pulled off. So this is a little bit more involved in the rear, but shouldn't give us any issues. We got this bolt here, the bolt below it, tie rod, upper bolts, and it should unlock everything. We should be able to pull it out without too much issues, I hope. So oh dear. You can do this without removing the big upper sway bar, but just be wary of that. Here we have the brand new, I believe, front left. Well, it's got a big L right there, so this should be correct, the correct one. I believe it is. That, yeah, and they give you extra bolt holes here to bolt up your ABS sensor and your brake line, which is super great. So like I did with the rear, I'm just gonna make sure that these are tight, but I'm just gonna slam these on as they are out of the box. Like, I'm not gonna touch them. And I'm gonna adjust this. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust it to maximum hard. They were about in the middle, 30 clicks, so maybe about click number 15 towards soft or whatever. So I'm gonna run the entire suspension setup hard at first and adjust it as I need. We're gonna get these top nuts pulled off completely. I think you can run the stock ones. I'm fairly certain you can if you really wanted to. Yeah, no problem there. But I'm gonna run the fancy shiny new ones so that way that everything matches. I'm gonna check the instructions real quick just to make sure I don't need to twist the top portion here. I think that this can only go on one way really quickly, but I think as far as the upper camber adjustments are concerned, it has to be in that orientation inside the car. So let me refer and I'll be right back with you. Yeah, so it says adjustable camber plates are often are available for specific car models only. You may need to rotate the camber plate to the appropriate orientation. The camber orientation must be 90 degrees, must be at a 90-degree angle to the vehicle's center line. So that means it's got even a little diagram right here. So headlights, so front of the vehicle, left, right, and so basically if you're looking at it like this, which is the way that I'm staring at the vehicle, the camber adjustment bolts have to be at a 9-degree angle to the wheel, or run perpendicular to the wheel, which is the way I just turned it, I believe. Yeah, so you can tell that the coilover, the top hat of the coilover, kind of comes to a point. This side is a little bit more radius, and so it comes to a point this way, and so obviously it would bolt into the vehicle like that. This says front left, so and the bolts would be perpendicular to the hub assembly. So yeah, that is correct. I just wanted to make doubly sure. I've seen these installed before, I've seen other people with them. I just wanted to be totally safe. So now that we've got that figured out, let's rip out the old one and slam this puppy in. Got that third nut out. There we go. It's pulling on the drive shaft a little bit. Just remember, just showing you guys, get that one installed first, please. Definitely needs to be done. All right, so that's the top taken care of. We've got that set to hard. I'm gonna need the jack's assistant on this. Okay, that's this side taken care of. Like I said, I'm just going to, on these rings here, I'm just going to make sure that they're tight. This spring is pretty loosey-goosey, so that's all I'm taking care of. I'm just, maybe it's supposed to be like that, I don't know. I'm going to thoroughly read the instructions, but I'm pretty sure it needs to be I'm just going to hit it just to be safe. Make sure you torque down the 12 and the 10 that hold down the ABS line and the brake line. But other than that, that's totally it. I'm gonna knock the other side out, and then we're gonna throw the wheels on and go for a test ride. So I'm gonna do that real fast, and I'll see you guys at the end of this. 2005-2021 coilover. Saving a little bit of weight here too. Definitely tons better. Gonna have to do a little bit of adjustment, but I think best thing to do is take it for a ride and let the springs sort of settle before we do anything else. So let's go for a ride.